Her clients are A-list: Kylie, Elle, Sarah O'Hare and Jennifer Lopez. Her fashion is worn everywhere from Russia to Rodeo Drive. And her tale is quite literally a rags to riches inspiration. Collette Dinnigan has gone from making lace knickers for friends to a multi-million-dollar business. She's the first Australian-based designer to be invited to parade her feminine frocks and sexy lingerie on the haughty Parisian catwalks. And there is no greater honour than that. The very stylish Collette Dinnigan is proving to be one of Australia's best exports.
Okay, so sexy, happy, smiley, not.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so just have fun.
There's no reason.
Months of preparation, years of inspiration have come down to this.
Tanya, I need some pins.
Sheer fabric, sheer panic. This is serious business, with multi-million-dollar contracts at stake. It's exquisite torture, this very fashionable world of Collette Dinnigan.
It's an enormous production and we do it twice a year, and I always say this is the last time, but it never seems to be.
But is it a frightening experience?
It is. It's like, it's because it is so personal, you're just being so judged. It's, you're so exposed. And
you might as well walk out there naked. It's the same effect.
I don't know if people would be so happy about that. I take away my business.
Springtime in Paris. Fashion Week. And these days, when they talk of Chanel, Dior and Giorgio Armani, they say Collette Dinnigan in the same breath. The only Australian to be invited to Paris to show her work. You come to Paris, it is the epicentre, isn't it, of fashion?
Oh, it is, absolutely.
You're here. That's quite something.
Yeah. I know, I mean, I think sometimes you do have to stop and think about it all. So it is quite a big deal.
Collette was born in South Africa, grew up in New Zealand, moved to Australia and created an empire. In the big, bitchy business of fashion, she has literally gone from rags to multi-million-dollar riches. A Collette Dinnigan original can cost $10,000 or more. Are you the artist or are you the businesswoman?
Well, I'm trying to be the artist, but you know, we've sort of just gone through that whole business growing, being small business to medium sized.
So you are a businesswoman?
Well, I've had to be, yes, otherwise the art wouldn't have survived.
Her business started small, or to be more precise, started with smalls. Underwear, seriously sexy underwear. After a stint as a costume designer at the ABC, Collette launched into lingerie. They say that you're responsible for basically women wearing 90s.
Oh, yeah. I mean, perhaps it's not such a bad thing, though. I mean, slip dresses in the day. I think it's underwear as outerwear. I've heard, you know, lots of headlines, lacy, racy queen of knickers wears them out. But I think it's probably also, the positive side of that is more the, that more romantic, feminine kind of dressing coming to the front, because the 80s were so androgynous.
On a whim, she took a suitcase full of her lingerie to New York, sold it to Fifth Avenue, and soon the Dinnigan label was on everyone's hips. Here was a return to glamour, a style that was simply stylish and very feminine. Male and female designers, who does it best?
It's not who does it best, it's perhaps who understands a woman's body more, and I think a woman always understands a woman's body in the sense that, you know, I feel men tend to forget women have hips. A man has an idea of a woman. An idea of a sexy woman is probably wearing hardly anything, whereas a woman's idea of being sexy is probably much more confidence and perhaps a suggestion of instead of, being explicit.
Is fashion important?
I think, yeah, fashion is important because sometimes fashion isn't just about clothing, it's about a reflection of our lifestyles.
But are we making more of it than we should? I mean, clothes are clothes in the end. People need clothes. Do they need fashionable clothes?
No, they probably don't, but everybody likes to look good and feel good, so...
Is there any item you'd never be seen dead in?
I guess I've never... Probably Ugg boots, actually. I've never ever got the Ugg boot thing. I was in New Zealand and for many years, and there were many sheep there. It was kind of one of those things that just never made your ankles look good.
They never did us any favours.
No.
Paris may be where the seamstress faces the spotlight, but it's in her Sydney studio where the hard work happens. From sketch pad to catwalk, each individual item is painstakingly crafted and hand sewn.
It's all hand embroidered and takes about 10 people about 3 weeks just to hand embroider and bead this one coat.
Her fans are many, and many are famous. Supermodels like Sarah O'Hare. When she became Mrs. Lachlan Murdoch, she did it in Dinnigan.
I felt like this dress was a family heirloom. It really felt like it had been handed down. It felt so old. It just was such a magical dress. It was incredible, and I could never, ever, ever have imagined having a dress like that made by anyone else. She's genius. It's so feminine. It's so delicious is all the word I can think of. She just really gets the idea of theatrics, and I think you see that in her designs.
She's got a shop in London, she's got a couple of shops here, she's in the most prestigious stores in New York, she's got Nicole Kidman, Kate Blanchett, Helena Christensen, all of these people wearing her clothes, queuing up for her clothes. She's doing pretty well.
Deborah Thomas is no stranger to fashion. A former model on the catwalks of Paris, she went on to be editor of Mode and Elle magazines and is now the current editor of the Australian Women's Weekly.
She's got the stamp of approval, if you like, to be part of the international fashion elite.
It's official recognition.
Official recognition, absolutely.
That you are a world leader in your industry.
You've made it. You have absolutely made it, and that everybody, what it does is it tells the magazines, it tells the buyers, hey, you better take a look at this girl because we think she's good enough to be a part of our elite group.
Do you know what a normal woman is, or what is your version of what a normal woman is?
I don't know anybody normal, but anyway, I guess it's somebody who wants to look good and feel good. In order to do that, you need to have a well-cut dress. Everybody's really different. Some people have busts, some people have waists, tiny waists or larger hips. Everyone is different, and that's why we're people.
So is there an ideal woman?
The ideal woman is not necessarily in measurements, it's more in their personality, I think.
See, it's too pretty, isn't it?
Back in Paris, it's 48 hours before showtime, and the models are still not finalised.
What was wrong? I like this girl.
Yeah, but you confirm.
Do you?
Yeah.
The morning of the show. Get the name right.
Yes, we do that. We check it.
The makeup right. And most of all, get the dresses right. Final stitches, final frenzy.
If you fall over, pull in someone's lap if you want to, so just enjoy it.
She has just 15 minutes to sell to the world.
Come on, go.
15 minutes of fame. Or will it be failure? In the audience, fashion buyers and fashion critics. They sit in judgment, all-seeing and all-powerful. Those million-dollar contracts will only come if they like what they see.
Too much stress.
How important are those Paris shows?
Huge to the international press. Everybody, every major fashion magazine is there, every major fashion buyer is there. You've got the stamp of approval. Everybody's seeing what you're doing, they're buying. There's a buzz when you're sitting down watching the show, there's a buzz, there's the audience are there wanting to race backstage, the buyers are there wanting to be the first to see the clothes. And I think that you can't really be an international success without being part of it.
Do you worry about criticism?
I think, yes, you do, because you take everything to heart when you're so passionate about everything there's so much work that goes into a show, that goes into even just making one dress. And if you're very passionate about it, I think it would be very hard to say, and very arrogant to say, no, you don't worry about it. But kind of if you know you've done the right thing or the best you could, you have to forge ahead and still take note of it, though.
Finally, the verdict. The applause rings loud. Australia's Queen of Fashion has once again wowed the French.
I just feel like I watched you give birth.
Ask all of us.
Just to see her success just makes me so proud. She's really worked so hard over the years, and she is so talented, and I think it's fantastic that she's finally been recognised for that.
So have you made it?
Yeah, if I was to walk away, I could at least say, I'm glad I tried and I know I can do it again. I can always get myself a job.
I think we need a drink now.
Hello, I'm Liz Hayes. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.